I had been doing my trade basically for 20 years plus when I realized that I had amassed a lot of knowledge about this very obscure, very specific topic, and I needed to share it with people. Like, it became really apparent when I was answering hundreds of emails per week telling people how to do things.
So one of the reasons that I decided to do a Kickstarter specifically for this project was because there were a lot of fixed costs involved, and I wasn't entirely sure how popular it would be. So I was worried about putting out too much of my own money on something that I wasn't sure was going to sell. But by going to Kickstarter, I was able to get an idea of the demand and also help to cover some of those upfront costs, like paper stock, press rental, and paying the artist that did the work on my cards.
It's especially important, I think, for people doing craft and hobby related projects to realize that if you're going to produce something that is the size of a book or a large project, you really need to take the time to do it. And when you're doing it as your hobby, of course, you're working your normal hours, and then on your off time, you're playing with your hobby and creating things, which is great. But if you want to produce anything in a reasonable amount of time, you have to stop doing all those other things so that you can produce it.
The first thing you need to do is get an idea of what those costs are going to be. So if it's hopefully a craft that you're experienced in, then look back at previous projects and see what those costs have been. If it's something brand new to you, then maybe talk to somebody who's experienced in that craft and get an idea of what those costs are going to be so you know that your funding goal is set at the right level.
Go through your process on a day-to-day basis. How much power do you use? How much raw materials go into the craft that you're producing with? Think a lot bigger than your normal, I just want to make something moment, and go into a place where you really think about the bigger picture.